Yo, what's up guys, Space Rain here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some PvP action because the meta in PvP have been changing a lot the last 2 weeks. People found out that adepts are really good in the armor composition because if you combine adepts which deal bonus damage to armored, light armored, and then have immortals who deal bonus damage to armored, then it's going to be a really strong combination because if let's say you have adepts immortals versus stalker immortal, what's going to happen is that immortals and stalkers both deal bonus damage versus armored. If you have the adepts in the front, you're going to be tanking and reducing the damage a lot from the immortals and stalkers, while your immortals are going to deal heavy damage to his stalkers and immortals. So that is why the armor composition is currently Mass Adept from 6 or 7 gateways, and then you have Immortal production from your Robo. But I found a way to kind of change that up a little bit because I feel like it's kind of the meta is just changing so much that I feel like you have to mix it in a little bit. And I found out Robo Bay is actually really good. Disruptors are really good versus adepts because they're very slow. And Colossus is also good because, of course, you're gonna break the force fields and you can just force field him away. Anyways, the build order is in the description. We started off with a 14 pylon, 16 gates, 16 gas, and then a 17 second gas, 19 second gateway, and a 20 cybercore. After that, we're gonna be building 2 stalkers, 1 mothership, then 1 pylon, and 2 more stalkers. Then we're gonna take a Nexus as soon as possible. We cut probes at 23, so there's 16 on the middle line, 3 on each gas, and 1 guy building buildings, and then we build a Robo immediately. As I said, the exact build order is in the description on the YouTube video, so you can just copy paste it from there and try to check it out on the ladder next time you play. Anyways, I just want to let this replay be about how you should play in PvP. More like the build order is not as important right now because it changes depending on if it goes Blink or Stargate. Anyways, this is how you defend just with 4 stalkers. If you have only 2, you're gonna be having the Nexus really quickly and you're gonna get a little bit more economy. But the thing is, if you only have 2 stalkers, you can't chase the adepts because you're gonna have 2 chasing the shades and 2 of them chasing the adepts. Of course, as soon as we have warp gate, we're gonna warp in 2 sentries because these are gonna be scouting. The current meta is built up the way that you can scout with an observer, because if there's a DT in your base, you want that observer to be in your base. Anyways, the other part of the build is that we're gonna build a quick immortal and then a quick second immortal. While the first immortal is being built, we're gonna build a robotics bay and then build colossus immediately. Because the thing about colossus is that they break force fields and they deal decent damage. Also, they give high ground vision, so if I'm pushing up here, I'm going to break the force field and I'm going to have high ground vision to see, okay, I can actually engage in a force field over here maybe. So that is what we're going to do. What I like to do is that I like to have 16 probes by natural and then push. Like, these gases were fake. Now he thinks we are playing macro, so he's probably not going to build like 7 gateways and defend. Anyways, when you play against phoenixes, you just camp in the middle line and then have the mothership on the other side in the main base and trying to defend over there. As soon as you get your colossus, you're gonna push immediately, and you're gonna push with 6 gateways. Don't try to build more than 16 probes. I built about 18, but that's because he had phoenixes and he's probably gonna be killing a few. Anyways, the main goal with this build is to get you 2 immortals quickly and then a colossus even quicker, and then even a warp prism or a pylon is fine. So we have 6 gateways in total, and then we're going to be pushing. You can't have 7 gateways because with 16 probes, I think I have 18 here, and we can't afford any more because stalkers are very expensive. The first warp in, you wanna try to poke, try to catch something with the force fields. And that is how force fields works. You're just gonna catch them and split his army in half. And other than that, we have ranged units because he have a Void Ray and he have some Phoenixes, and also these pylons are ranged. If you have Zealots, they're just gonna go in and not deal damage. So Zealots are more for tanking. The main DPS is Immortals and Stalkers, even though Stalkers have no DPS. Anyways, what do we do in this situation? He doesn't have any air units except for the mothership. Then you open Zealots, because Zealots are more tanky and they deal more damage. But as soon as you see more air units, you're gonna try to, of course, rope in Stalkers again, and then try to do as much damage as possible. Just remember to not lose your colossus or Immortals, because those are the main DPS. And as you can see, as long as you have your Immortals, you can focus fire his Immortal, because they deal a lot more damage to armored units. And this is just how you have to engage, with 6 gateways and a lot of units. And of course I activate the barriers myself. I prefer to manually activate it, and this is how the fight should look. Now, if the fight goes on, we can see, okay, we won. Why did we only go for 16 or 18 probes? That's because if you wait for 22 and take, a 7 and an 8 gateway, that's gonna delay your push by 30 seconds. And if you saw in the beginning of the fight, he didn't have +1 attack and he didn't have adept attack speed in time. That is why we didn't. It was a good thing that we didn't probe up and build 7 and 8 gateways, because we hit 20 seconds before the +1 attack. That gave us a huge favor. And as you can see on my minerals, I couldn't afford a 7th gateway with these probes, and of course they died because of the Phoenix arrest. Anyways, this is the like a 2-base all-in. I hope you guys like this build. It's super good. It works so often, especially because if the opponent goes for Phoenixes, it's gonna pay off, because Phoenixes are paying off the more time they are alive, because they regenerate energy and harass very well. So with this push, you're gonna hit before anything happens. With 6 gateways, fast Colossus that's gonna break the force fields, and then just pressure in with the Immortals. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check the build order in the description, and of course let me know what you guys think about this build order. Thanks for watching.